All right, what's up, guys? What's good? What is good? We're gonna go ahead and kick this off here momentarily. So we'll start this in a little bit officially. Meanwhile, chop it up with you guys here in the chat. Park City plugged in as usual. What's up, Carlos? Puccini? You're in like Europe, right? Pierre, what's good, brother? All right. So yeah, let me send out a couple updates here, and we'll go ahead and kick this off. In the meantime, if you guys have any setups, you guys have any markups that you want me to take a look at, definitely let me know. Any specific pairs, cryptos, whatever it is, let's dive in there. So I have my own band today here in the background. Saucing up. All right. So let's see here. Post it there. It's been quite a hectic day. How's everyone's inauguration trading? If you even traded at all today? I got involved. You know, I did a little thing here and there. Took a swing at NGD USD at Mexican peso as well. So yeah, Mexican peso actually played out really nice. NGD USD came back to take me out before doing its thing, which was a little unfortunate. You know, always stings a little bit, but you know, it's kind of it's understood. It is definitely part of at least my trading process is just the awareness of that. And it does happen every once in a while, so I'm already at peace with that, which is nice. Okay, close that out. Sweet. And I miss both being at work. It'd be like that sometimes. Sometimes it's like that, and you know, you got to be at peace with kind of knowing where you're at, whether it's you're trading, you know, live capital, you're still practicing, you're in demo. So wherever it is that you're at, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, we want to be in front of the markets during ideal times more often than not, but you know, if you know you're still kind of figuring some things out, then I wouldn't worry about it too much. All right, guys, let me send out one more update, and then we can go ahead and kick this off here. So as you guys saw here in the title, we are going to be going over a little bit some more macro, just looking at the bigger picture on a couple things, and then we're also going to be diving into some things to expect for the week. But we are going to kick things off with we're, you know, at least in the US, there's a new president that obviously influences, you know, it's the United States of America, just a small country, you know, slightly influential globally. So we're going to be taking a look at what to expect there in terms of, you know, Dow Jones, indices, crypto, stock markets. There's just a lot going on. So I definitely want to be able to kind of give you guys some of my perspective and go from there. So let's go ahead and get a couple things in front of you. Let me close a couple things here. All right. Cool. So let's do that, and let's do this. All right, perfect. There we are. What's up, guys? Where is this thing? Here we go. So I got the chat. If you see me looking this way, it's because I'm reading the chat. And then also keeping in mind the quality of the stream. So we got Kev, what's good? Seth, Lindsay, Sam. All right, I see y'all. That and the holiday. Yeah, the holiday, it kicked in a little bit later. So around kind of around like lunchtime is when that really kicked in and started to, a lot of brokers stopped allowing trading. Some, especially futures, like you're not really going to be able to do anything after that. So it is what it is. But you did have the first half of New York session to trade. So in those instances, let me go ahead and there we go. So in those kind of moments, you can always double check what is going on with your broker, your data feeds, whatever firms you're with. They always kind of give you the day before or the day of a heads up. So with MLK Day, usually, if my memory serves me correctly, usually the whole trading day is just not available. But because we had inauguration, we had the speech, press conference, everything's televised. Obviously, brand new president, communicating the expectations for the future. All of these things come together and kind of it influences everything. So dollar pairs got influenced like crazy, crypto, metals, indices. So, just kind of seeing everything come into play is going to make a massive difference. So I was able to take some setups and it actually ended up working out in my favor. So I actually ended up collecting on some accounts more than I would have normally because it actually closed my trades early. So, sometimes it works out in your favor and other times not so much. But yeah, let's dive into it. What's up, Larissa? ¿Cómo estás? Joseph, I see we got Oxnard in here. Cali, Larissa. What's up, Lonzo? Right now, figuring out my sweet spot on how much to risk per setup. Awesome. We got gold approaching possible sell zone. I do see what you see. I'm going to dive into it in a little bit. Actually, I might start there just because it's not going to be the big picture Trump market cycle, but it is a little bit more time sensitive. So I can dive into that. And then, is it smart to trade around 10 tomorrow? What's your concern around 10? And I don't know where you are in the world, so I don't know what 10 means. What's up, family? What's good? What's good? Yes. Appreciate you guys for all the love. We are really enjoying the view. I'll be honest, guys, we busted our ass to be here. So again, you guys can do and build whatever life that you want with this. It is most definitely a possibility. You just gotta fucking work. You just gotta grind it out. You gotta put in the effort. You have to completely become a version of you that you probably won't recognize or maybe even believe, but it is very doable. So yeah, stay at it, guys. US 30 took me out. Did you take a buy or what'd you do? Just got started trading with y'all. Amazing. Welcome. So let's do it. Let's dive into it. Enough of me. Let's look at some charts. So, okay. Now, you guys brought up gold, and I'm going to start with gold just because it is in an interesting zone. We just saw the market clear up quite a bit of liquidity. So there was a lot of retail sell, and we caught this sell over here. This was so fire. So us being able to catch here, and this was a nice 200 pip swing. Let me know if you guys caught this with me on the live stream. Let me know if you guys are there and you guys were able to make the most out of that. I think we got a pretty good catch with this one. So super stoked on that. But right now we are in this imbalance, so let's dive in there and see kind of what happened. How did it play out? So one of the things that you can always do is use this bar replay tool and just kind of to get into the smaller time frames to just get a good look at what's going on. And so from here, we did see a kind of a one last sweep to the upside before everything started to work its way lower. So from here, you see the market push higher, drop, another push, and then it makes that move down. So this actually, it's like a 2-in-1. So some of you might be looking at sells, and I'm not sure if the market is right here or a little bit higher, but right around this zone, I could definitely understand sells. Market sweeps one last time, then worked its way lower. So if we work our way now to, let's say, the 15, there's a couple of reasons why the market was supposed to come back here anyways. There was a lot of liquidity built up in multiple areas. So you have it here right now. So it took out these retail sellers and a whole bunch of retail sellers that built up all throughout New York session today. So obviously this clears out so much money, like so much money. And you could see some moves over here, but before you always look at selling gold, just keep an eye on silver. Silver always gives you some clues, and vice versa. So, for example, silver here, definitely not as aggressive on the way to the upside. It's nowhere near Friday. Actually, hold on. Let me double check that. So this is trading out of Thursday's price action, and silver is not really over here. It's way over here, but it is a completely different type of structure. So they're kind of playing out of different areas. One of the things that I don't love about sells right now is that silver sweeps these lows and then rallies. So when silver makes a low here, this is not making lower lows. This is just to get clear liquidity, rebalance the market, and rips. So maybe because of structure, we see the market drop, and I could see gold sell from here, which, just like that, it's already doing. So immediately, as I'm walking you through it, didn't even have 5 minutes to explain it. It is starting to sell off. So where I was getting at was, because silver is playing out of its own structure, like you're in this kind of intraday structure, I could see it drop from here. However, with this being said, it might only do the minimum. So if, for example, if you are in sells right now, which I can't, it's too late. For me, I'm not getting in this anymore. But if you were in sells, look, this is already responding pretty well. The original move to the upside was like 25 pips, give or take. This is already dropping. This is already dropping 20, almost getting to that 25 pips. So if I was in a sell here, I would be reducing my risk or going to break even like that. Just because, one, you're trading against the trend, and two, silver easily could want to keep going higher, and it can push price quite a bit further. So honestly, at this point, I think we'll probably end up just continuing bullish, and then we can actually look for buys. So if, and that's a massive if the market wants to go higher, let's say let's say silver like gets down to here, and then we just kind of rally and continue. If we can really see a true continuation higher high, then we could be looking for buying opportunities somewhere in this area. Silver did a really good job of just absolutely melting off here. This happened recently. This happened across the board. We're talking about, metals, indices, crypto, everything just tanked about an hour and a half ago. So depending on how this happens, we may be in buying opportunities over here. But before we start to buy anything, again, I would want to see that we have demand and we have higher highs. So right now, that gold sell is looking good. If you guys did pull the trigger here somehow, like instantaneously as I was bringing it up, then yeah, maybe you're up 30 pips. I won't take credit for this sell. You would have had to been prepared and kind of already seen this, which I know some of you did. So shout out to you guys. I think someone asked, I think it was Junior, not sure which Junior, let's see. But either way, good stuff, man. Clearly you have a plan that you're following, so I love to see it. Mago, what's up, Jose? Miguel Puello, what's good? JR from PH, what's good, man? From the penthouse, huh? Gade Trades, what's up, Gade? What's good, homie? All right, so yeah, if you took this, awesome. Again, I would say at this point, the reaction that you're getting, this is definitely a good sign of smart money coming in, right? We're seeing the exchange from buyers to sellers. The way I manage my trades, which saves me a lot of money, is I don't count on this thing just melting and going in my favor forever. I protect my money, because the big thing is this, right? How much money goes in to push the market higher, before it drops. So this wasn't a massive move. This is like a 25 pip push to the upside. So if price rejects from here, my perspective is the minimum it's really gonna owe us, minimum, it can always go further. And in this case, you may see a drop to these previous levels, totally. But minimum, it should give us that 25 pips, which it has. From here, that's when I reduce my risk or go to break even, and then cool. If it goes and continues, for example, here where we have equal highs, this is a good exit. If your exit is not based off of just a strict risk reward and you're more based off of the market, then right here where you're at right now, or right here where we see these equal highs, this is a high probability exit if you do have enough momentum. That's one. Now remember, you are counter trend trading. So if you are counter trend trading, you want to be aware of that, right? You want to have awareness on where you are in this market. So if you know, okay, I'm going against a lot of the momentum, this means that the likelihood of you catching a swing trade might be a little bit lower, okay? And that's fine. You have to have the self-awareness, honestly, the self-respect, and just kind of eliminating pride to the fact that every trade needs to be some massive risk reward, that every trade needs to be some banger of a trade. Some of these trades, guys, you get a good entry, it goes your way, and then, you know what, maybe it's a 2R. And it looks like, oh, look, here's the Great Wall of China for buyers. All right, maybe, you know what, maybe I just take my money here. All right, in this example, I'll show you what happened here, right? Here, what happened with gold? Gold worked its way up, higher high, higher low, higher high, super small time frame. Well, what did the market do here? Did it react? Did it mitigate? Of course. You guys saw some of this drop. Some of you maybe are in this. And then what did it do? Oh, here's previous structure. Okay, reacted right off of there. Wasn't enough. Playing up again. Okay, great. So, I mean, this is just reasons where you can kind of keep in mind on how to manage your trades. So anyways, I wasn't planning on even going over gold. Obviously, a lot happened in the last 2 hours. So here we are now. And you guys had questions on it, so, you know, I wanted to go over it. But do I risk less on counter trend? Not usually. I usually don't risk less. I usually am more aware of my exit. My exit usually is, it's not as, I wouldn't even say ambitious. It's just, I'm focused more on higher probability, because counter trade entries, for me, I've noticed it's pretty insignificant, the difference in like how likely I get the reversal. It's basically the same, at least for me. So I'll take them, but the distance, like the how much of the RR that I get, that there's definitely a huge difference. So for example, when we get, like, for example, with Bitcoin or indices, I usually let my buys go way further than I let my sells go. And that's just based on where we're at in the market, etc. So, yeah. But yeah, so no, I usually don't risk less. But what'll work for you is you just collecting as much data as possible. But okay, cool. We got rid of, we went over gold and this intraday stuff. I do want to talk about kind of what we could see with the markets overall. I'm going to start with indices. I am going to get into Bitcoin and the crypto just landscape, but I do want to just kind of show what I think we can see with this new presidency and kind of what happens now. So you guys saw me talk about this quite a bit, honestly, throughout. Let me just delete some of this stuff. But throughout the last couple months, and I've been really vigilant and really consistent about what we're going to see happen with indices and crypto. So guys, what have I been saying for the last couple months about Crypto and indices. Who can tell me? Who's been plugging in consistently? I was just having a conversation about Maya and how she knows when we're live, and she's not getting the attention that she wants. So she or maybe she just likes to say hi. I'm not really sure. Si hablas español un rato te agradecería. Me liquidaron hoy en Bitcoin por ir en long. ¿Pero por qué? ¿Y qué pregunta tienes, bro? Me dejas saber. So, what have I been saying, guys? Who've been telling me? So, look. Since elections, literally the stream after elections, I think I did a stream. It was the Sunday right after, so yeah, we were like over here, somewhere over here, right? So since this time, I talked about how, one, we should rebalance elections price action, and two, once that happens, then we can go crazy, right? Okay, cool. So what happened? The market gets to here. We almost rebalance everything. We don't quite mitigate price action over here. And there was liquidity left behind. There were equal lows left over here from that Super Tuesday that we hadn't gone for. And I'm going to, like, this is why it's epic. To be honest, this is why it's an epic. Someone said holy alerts. Honestly, I could actually delete a lot of these now. I'd have to go look at it. But honestly, guys, all of these alerts that you see, they save me so much time. Because I don't have to be here all the time. I can just, be at the gym, be doing whatever, and alert goes off, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm already prepared for all these things. But anyways, it would be nice if there was a hide alert button. That'd be really nice for the sake of these streams. But I'm going to show you what happened, and this should help you kind of build a lot more belief in understanding liquidity, understanding how the market rebalances, when the markets mitigate and all that stuff. But, so check this out. This is Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday, elections day, okay? Going into New York session. So we were ranging, consolidating. Monday, Tuesday, Asian session, London session, New York session, markets pop off. So this is what that looked like, okay? Now, eventually we get over into rebalancing here on US 30, and I'm going to now zoom out again so that you guys can see this. And we see that happen here. So check this out. Here, I'm going to have to show you in the daily. So here, all right, let's zoom in again, just so you guys can see. US 30 gets into Tuesday's price action. So finally, December 18th, we get all the way down to here. The markets melt. Everyone's panicking. Everyone thinks Bitcoin topped out. It's over. Oh my God, what's happening? Everything's a scam, right? So we start to get into this zone, and the market starts to rebalance price action. US 30 gets back over here. Cool. Remember, there's still liquidity down here. So US 30 gets all the way down to here. NASDAQ, NQ, for my futures traders. NQ, not quite, getting over there yet. There's definitely still liquidity here from, guess what? The holidays. Yes, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all those good times. So liquidity builds up during retail moments. Okay, equal lows. Great. So at that time, the market works its way down, but nothing too crazy. And look at how things happen simultaneously. Look how things happen at the exact same time. So fast forward a couple weeks, we're seeing a lot of sideways movement, and we are trading inside of this. So you guys that traded me in New York sessions, we're catching a lot of this move. But finally we get Friday, January 10th and Monday, January 13th. So yes, literally a week ago. And what does the market do? Beautifully, January 13th, the markets drop, takes out these lows, goes about 20, 30 points below, and then everything absolutely rips. But what about NAS? Oh, wait, you're telling me NAS the exact same day, the exact same drop, liquidates these equal lows from, Thanksgiving? Cyber Monday, Friday, Black Friday, all of these retail holiday, bank holiday events, yes, liquidate that, rebalance the market, and off we go. So, are you guys starting to see how this is not random? Like how all of these things are just one big game of chess. You know what? I'll do you one better. Just to make it nice for you. All right, just so we're all here not thinking it's all one big old coincidence. Wait, you're telling me that Bitcoin moved sideways all this time, came down into these lows from what we have, November 18th, November 17th, wiped out months worth of liquidity and then rallied? Huh. Ain't that something else? That's a little interesting here. That same day. As if it's all working in unison. So, okay. So now what do we see, right? What do we have going on now? So, guys, now it gets really fun because what we're seeing is we see a shift in momentum. The daily time frame for US 30 is giving you higher highs. We've now traded for 3 days above this previous price action. Now, can we work our way lower? Of course. But what is this showing us? This is showing us that the market has confirmed bullish structure with US 30. It's confirmed bullish structure with Bitcoin. We've been up here now for days above the previous highs. So, in my opinion, we are seeing quite a bit of movement for bullish momentum. Right, quite a bit of movement. So I want you guys to understand that. This is what we call a reaccumulation. Bitcoin, this right here liquidated hundreds and hundreds of millions of buyers out of the market, and that also gives opportunity for bigger players to enter right exactly here, and we push our way down. Guys, similar situation happens with US 30. There needs to be a buildup of enough positions in order to be able to price themselves in at these levels. So from now, can we get pullbacks? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not like, I mean, it could run from here, but it doesn't need to, per se. So from here, guys, long term, at least for the next quarter, in my humble opinion, we're going to keep ripping. I think we're going to get we might dip down a little bit right now, and I get it completely, because what's the best way to start things off here? If you are in control of tons of liquidity, and you can create an environment of fear, right? You can create an environment where people are concerned. And let me go ahead and delete this. We already took care of all that. Not that one. Hold on. So here we see a bit of movement. Let me delete that. All right. So as of right now, I mean, we did just get a push to the upside a little bit. Market works its way lower. Okay. So at some point, whether it happens now or it happens later, I do think we can work our way down again to 91,000. I do think this is a possibility, like absolutely a possibility. If price gets back down under 92, etc., 93, don't panic. Do not panic. One more time. Do not panic. Why? Because there was a massive sweep. A lot of money is needed to push price down to here. So at some point they can come back for this. Maybe we come back for this before we rally. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm open to it. So that's why, guys, if you are trading with margin, and let me lock in with you guys here for a second. If you're trading with leverage, if you're trading futures, if you're trading perpetuals with crypto, please, for the love of God, use a stop. If you're trading with leverage and you're going to get aggressive, trade aggressively at the extremities of these higher time frame zones. Look, if you're feeling yourself, if you're like, all right, let's catch a bag, whatever, cool. If you want to feel risky, I don't really recommend it long term. Usually it's a waste of time and money. But okay, if you want to go hard, sure. 91,000 and below, have at it. But if you're trading inside of these ranges, if you're trading in the 1 hour, the 15 minute, there's no point in you going so aggressive. You can get a nice bounce. You can get amazing bounces in the market here and you might catch a 2R, 3R, maybe more, right? And some of these you can do really well. So we are in an environment where I get it. You're like, yo, I might be able to catch the low before everything goes absolutely fucking crazy. I totally understand. And guess what? I'll give you guys a truth. Check this out. Here's what I did. I was looking at the market and I'm like, man, I really feel like we can get some nice positions. I feel like I can get myself into some really nice trades. And so guess what I did? I was trading dog. It's my dog. And I took a position here somewhere. I think it was right here. Yeah. I took a position. I got a decent reaction. You guys can't see my chart because, of course, I'm, not like I've been doing this for 7 or 8 years. Just fucking forget. So cool. I like the setup here, and we had 2 zones. Played out of the second zone. So I had to play here, and then I had to play right over. Yeah, you guys can see it now. Right over here. So cool. Playing out of this beautifully. I'm like, I fucking got it. I caught dog. This is, why are you bullish on dog? It's the leading meme coin on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is fucking Bitcoin. And why wouldn't Bitcoin's meme coin be the one with the absolute most market cap? This thing is like 400 mil market cap. And you have Doge, you have Shiba at like, I don't know, 15 billion market cap. You have Pepe, ETH's meme coin at like, I think it's like at 7 or 6 or 5 right now. So I think it's just hilariously undervalued. Worst case with alts, all alts run, maybe we do, I don't know, 5, 10x. Best case, I think we do 40, 50x. So yeah, that's why I'm bullish. But anyways, my whole point is this. It went in my favor. I wanted to see this rip. But of course, Trump launches his coin, absolutely just sucks the liquidity out of everything, but mainly meme coins. Everything tanks. So one of the things you have to be ready for is the unexpected. In crypto specifically, the unexpected should be expected. So for example, you have just so many different outliers, whether it's people, whether it's regulations, whether it's exchanges, whether it's just things just go south. So you kind of have to be ready for that. So my point is this. I was able to make nothing, but I was able to stay in the game. Meanwhile, what happens is people get so overconfident over their positions. Oh, I caught the bottom. And they leverage so much of their capital in one trade. And then all of a sudden you miss it and now you can't do anything. And then now you got to wait until you go get paid again because you're using so much of your money hoping to God that one coin saves your life from all the other shitty decisions you've made in the past. It's not like that, right? If you want to become a good investor, if you want to at least keep it, because even if you do make it happen, even if you do happen to make it work, you leverage high, you get aggressive, it plays out. Do you think you're going to be able to, just like that, change who you are and be able to do things responsibly and keep it? Probably not. So trade responsibly. All right, if you're going to use leverage, do it smart. Because here's what happens. You get liquidated and then you get another opportunity. But what happens? Because you got liquidated, you're now fearful. Because you just took an L, you lose confidence in your skills, even though the problem wasn't your skills. The problem probably wasn't your analysis. The problem is just your money management. And when you manage your money poorly, you start to manage your emotions poorly, And when you manage your emotions poorly, either you go into a downward spiral and you lose way more, or you're fearful and then you're not taking the opportunities that are actually quality. And that's what you guys want to be able to do. You want to take all the opportunities that fit your plan, and you want to have ammo to be able to shoot. You got to have ammo. If you're out of ammo, you're good. You're no longer in dog. On my leverage position, I got stopped out break even. But in my portfolio, I'm buying every day. I'm buying dog every day. But again, that's not for me to show you guys. I'm just communicating my perspective, right? There's tons of other opportunities that have amazing like reward potential that are in other sectors. So that's you guys. You just here's my recommendation. Invest in what you have conviction in. Invest. Here's something that has given me a lot of peace of mind over the years. Invest into something that if you are in drawdown, because this is crypto, so being in drawdown 25, 50% is like normal. When you invest into something, ask yourself, if this were to go into 50% drawdown, would I still be comfortable and confident in my investment? If the answer is no, then that means you're not investing into the project, you're investing into the price. You're investing into potential, but not into the project alone. So you have to think about that. Now, of course, if it's a high risk play and you're already at peace with, all right, yeah, maybe I will like go down crazy drawdown and it is what it is, then cool. But if you're throwing money at something and you don't even have the conviction to experience 25, 50% drawdown in a space like crypto, which can be aggressively, you can see big dips like that sometimes, then it's going to be more difficult. Also, if you're using money that you have a timeline with, like that you have, it's like almost an expiration. You're like, man, like I'm using my rent money and I've been there. I've used my rent money before and it is the most stressful thing ever. Like 2016, 2017, rent money on the line. And I think like 9 out of 10 times it resulted in me having to go work an extra shift or two to make it happen. Now, thankfully, I had a really shitty room, if you could even call it a room, and my rent wasn't that much. So shout out to being poor, I guess, and frugal. So it was okay. That's just the situation I was in at the time. But your situation might not be like that, right? Some of you may have other responsibilities. At the time, like I was 20, 21, like, all right, like I knew like I could lose everything and just go do it again, because when you have nothing, then like who cares? But for some of you that you might be married, you might have a partner, you might have children, you might have mortgages, you might have just other expenses or just responsibilities. Maybe you take care of your family. You may not have that luxury, and so if you risk like that, it can have such a domino effect. So anyways, guys, just to give you guys some perspective on how to manage your money and why that's so important, because the person that can wait the longest, the person that can have the most patience, usually is the one that wins, which is why the largest institutions in the world, they win, because they're not thinking about days, weeks, months. Some aren't even thinking about years. A lot of these companies are thinking decades. So my point being, I think that this next run here, I think we have anywhere from another 4-5 months of absolute gains, like it's going to be epic, to maybe even getting up until Q4. So that's what I see here long term with, that's not even long term, that's like short midterm. But trading out of this right now, guys, so let's kind of dissect what we have happen. And going into Asian session, London session, we poked above these all-time highs. So I think this is just you know, the crypto ball, just all the speculation. This is a classic sell the news type of moment where this again liquidates anyone over here. This lures in buyers. Everything starts to rip. So right now, I don't think we really like maintain price action for too long up here. We were trading up here up until like New York session. So, I mean, 9 hours isn't terrible. You know, we're seeing it kind of hold up, work its way down, go up again. So yes, we are reacting off this level. And I think we already saw the reaction. So because we kind of got a nice push down and then the move up. So I believe money already came in. And I think we're going to work our way down further to just continue this. And I think this is kind of one of the most perfect moments to really create more fear into the... You guys can see my chart, right? All right, cool. Really create more fear into the ecosystem again. Because Trump going into office was supposed to be something super bullish. And if the first couple weeks, even just a week or two, we just start to work our way down and we get back down to these levels, fear easily comes into play. You have, I do think we're going to actually end up working our way down here and then being able to rally again. It might happen like right away and we might go up again and then work our way down. But a big picture, guys, you know, take a look at your altcoins, price, just see where those prices are at. Because I forgot, I totally thought I already went over this with you guys. And I didn't, but because we went over the Trump coin launch and the, how do you even say her name? Melania? Melania. And what that kind of did. So I do want to go over that because that was really interesting. So here's my take on Trump coin and Melania coin. And I'll get into that here. Opinion on 1-inch crypto for this run. Honestly, I really haven't really heard anybody talk about it. So I don't. It's like a coin from the last run. So some of those get some tractions, but most of them really don't. I set a weekly percentage for investing. Amazing. Mike, do you mind sharing a personal story during your first bull run that we can all learn from? Yeah, for sure. So I'll go into Trump coin and Melania coin here in a second. But yeah, so my first bull run was interesting. Portfolio wise was okay. You know, it was cool. Like I got to get some ETH under like $100, under 1,000. Bitcoin, I think I got at like 1,800, and I bought some here and there. Ended up selling, but again, I didn't have a lot of money, so it was just, I actually, and I recommend you guys think about it like this too, but I underestimated myself. What I mean by that is because I could only really buy, because okay, I was trading, so I was funding my live account, and then I was also buying crypto. So at that time, I didn't have a lot of money. Like I didn't have, you know, multiple six-figure cash flow or anything like that. I didn't have withdrawals that I can get from my live account. Like I wasn't like there quite yet. You know, I was making money trading, but I mean like enough to cover my expenses and to like, you know, not starve. But so I was doing it. I was full time, but it wasn't like, oh, I could just, you know, go to the Maldives whenever I wanted or do stuff like that. Or invest, just throw whatever at the markets. Like it wasn't really like that. But I definitely could have invested more. And my thought process, which was, and I see this still happen a lot to this day, I just thought a little bit wasn't going to make a difference. But a little bit whether every pay period or whatever, guys, it adds up. Especially if you're doing it over years and years and years, it totally adds up. So, yeah, so like just to give you guys, I guess, a timeline, right? We're talking about young Mikey here, like over here. So this was where I was starting to get into the game. Buying XRP at like 11 cents, Bitcoin at like 1,500, ETH, was dirt cheap. And so I bought a little bit, not realizing that it was going to 10x. Like had I just bought $50, $100 worth every week or every other week, I honestly could have had a Bitcoin within a couple months, right? Within a year, I could have, kind of gotten close to having a Bitcoin, but I underestimated what I was doing, and I just didn't know what I didn't know. So that's one of the first things is have a goal in mind and also know what your timeline is with that specific investment. Is it a 10, 20, 30 year investment for you? Is it something you plan on just accumulating over time, like Bitcoin? To me, kind of Bitcoin's like one of the few. One of the few that like I am just like, okay, this is gonna last decades. I can't say that about 99% of crypto. So one, right? Just don't underestimate your investing. Two, just like you could dollar cost average in, I didn't really dollar cost average out. So I ended up paying myself kind of like later once things really started to dip down. So again, didn't really collect as much as I could have. And what I did right was I traded with leverage. So I was day trading XRP. And this was what actually made me the most money. Now, again, you need to have skills to do this. This is not just like, oh, cool, Mike said day trade, so let me just go fucking day trade. No, you got to know how to enter the market. You got to know how to manage your risk. You got to know how to use the stop loss, how to manage your trades. But I will say this, and this is so important. Guys, luck is not an accident. Luck is never going to be an accident, ever. Luck is a skill. Because luck is a combination of learning how to position yourself so that you can get lucky. You're going to meet people in your life that and I think I'm one of those people. I think I've gotten pretty good at getting lucky. And what I mean by that is you learn how to put yourself in the right place so that your probability of being lucky is higher. And that's it. It's not that by nature I am or somebody else is really lucky. It's that you learn how to put yourself in the right place to get lucky. For example, one of the things that I learned early on was the power of a consolidating market. So I bought fucking XRP dirt cheap, and then it was just squeezing sideways for like 200 days, like literally like 6 months. And so at this time, what I started to do in December was I started day trading XRP, like in late November, early December, because I'm like, this thing's got to pop eventually, right? And so what happened? What happened was, let me get to here, 2017. All right, so I'm over here, and guess what? I had learned that, okay, in a squeezing market, eventually the longer the market squeezes, the more aggressive and more explosive things can become. So here, I'm looking at XRP, and I start trading in here. And I remember, like, I take a couple losses, but whatever, no big deal. And eventually, here's what ends up happening. I end up catching a buy on December 11th. And your boy does this, catches a huge move. XRP doubles, and I am in a leverage position. All of a sudden, I double my account. And I'm like, whoa. And again, I wasn't even over leveraging. So then what happens? Suddenly, I'm here again. Guess what? It's the holidays. I'm in the military. My ass is by myself. Christmas time, I'm trading this again. I get my entry, and guess what? I'm lucky again. Why? Because I positioned myself out of awareness. I didn't know it was going to explode like this, but I knew that I was in really volatile markets. So I catch a low stop entry, and then the market rips in my favor again. This thing rips, I throw on some fib or something, I take profits again. All right, New Year's. going into the New Year's Day, going into it. Guess what? It's 12. It's like 1 in the morning. I have awareness. I'm like, all right, this thing is just going crazy. Like, I don't know why. So I'm in here, trading it again. Guess what happens? Of course, goes crazy again. I end up taking profit somewhere above, like once I hit $3, I was just scared, to be honest. All of a sudden, I've made the most that I've ever made. And then I call Tim Sloma, because he had more experience than I did at the time. And he had made more money than I had just in life. And so I was like, yo, what do I do? And so a couple of things there is learn how to put yourself in position so that luck can happen compared to, just always being in a place where it can't. And the example I always give with this is it's kind of like if you look at athletes, the best athletes in the world, like for example, Messi or Ronaldo, the reason they score so much more than everyone else is not just because they're more skilled, but it's because they know how to get into position so that luck can happen more frequently. And you'll see that happen with a whole bunch of different people in so many different areas of life. It's like, okay, if you live in a small town where nobody makes high income, nobody leaves their hometown. If you live there, then the chances of you, may say, becoming as successful as maybe you want to are pretty low. Because what are the chances that someone puts you in position to win? What are the chances that someone just presents to you a high income opportunity? So if no one around you has that, then there's no way it's really unlikely for it to happen. So, okay, well, it's kind of like when you start to change your circle or when you start to change your environment, so many more opportunities open up. Why? Because the chances of you meeting someone, having a conversation, etc., completely change. So just my recommendation for you guys going into this space, now think about the same thing here. So for example, same thing here. Like now I'm not really an XRP investor or trader, and I haven't been in a while, but honestly I should have been. Because I knew what happens. We saw a squeeze for 900 days with XRP. So what happens? Squeeze like this? Yes, this is to be expected. Almost 500% in a couple weeks. I had a feeling it was happening. But guess what? I didn't put myself in position to get lucky. So I know someone that literally, like a day before, was like, you know what? This thing has been moving sideways a lot. Let me get in there. And then, oh, cool. 6x. Sick. So yes, preparation meets opportunity. Absolutely. And I really believe these types of ecosystems are like that. And so it's kind of what I'm seeing right now with, Dog. It's same thing with kind of what's happening with Jupiter. Like Jup here is doing a really similar type of price action. We've seen it move sideways now for the better half of the last 9 months. Guys, what happens when the market does this for a super long time? I'm going to go back to this clip maybe even a couple weeks. And we're going to see it. And this is going to be hilarious because when this thing goes and hits like 250, I'm going to be like, guys, this is literally the example. It's choppy. So you can position yourself to get quote unquote lucky. Is it luck or is it a skill? I think getting lucky is a skill. So a couple of things, I guess, to add on to what you asked about the last bull run. And the biggest thing, guys, again, is just put money that you're willing to either lose or you just don't really have a timeline with. That's going to be the best thing that you can do. If you got to go work a couple extra shifts, go do it. If you have to, like penny pinch, in my opinion, now's the time to do that because money can be multiplied during these times in exponential factors. So I just don't underestimate it. Like, yes, I just upgraded my spot, but it puts me in grind mode too. So it's worth it. And we had a little some nice moves, so we can do some things. But with that being said, the overall space, like just not just crypto, but indices in itself, I think we're about to see another explosive move. So for all my stocks traders, yeah, like short term, can we see some pullbacks? For sure, I think we can. But I wouldn't underestimate where we can see the market go here soon. With indices, depending on how this plays out right now, because this is kind of we're actually seeing whether we're going to confirm bullish or bearish here with US 30 or NAS. Kind of came down, rebalanced a bit here with US 30. NAS worked its way down, kind of missed a buy zone that I had marked up here. Not sure if we're going to work our way down here again. Right now we're kind of moving sideways, so you can go either direction. But yeah, seeing the market pull back is not out of the question by any means. So yeah, just have that in mind. But for the cycle in itself, yeah, I think we're going to see things go crazy. And to wrap things up, Trump coin and Melania coin. Trump launching his coin was, and so okay, originally that first push, like when it launches, I saw it launch maybe like, I don't know, 30 minutes after or something. And I think the price was at, so fully diluted, it was at 6 billion. And then actual price was way below that. So it was at like under $1 billion, but I didn't look at that for some reason. Because it was weird. Like when it launched, it was just, everything was chaos. And the tokenomics were shit. Like the ownership of, like 10% of the tokens were available to the public. Everything else was, just, it was really weird. Like it was not the tokenomics you would want. But so the first hour was like, did the president get hacked? And then suddenly it's like, oh, no, he didn't. This is still up. This is the president. If his stuff got hacked, it would get figured out pretty quickly. So all of a sudden it's like, oh, damn, this is real. Okay. Is the president going to rug everyone? No. Okay. So then all of a sudden what happened was this coin launching extracts money from everything, specifically meme coins, but everything just gets, so much money just goes here instead. So what does that do? That is kind of temporarily creating definitely a massive dip with a lot of coins. If you guys go back, when Dogecoin started to absolutely rip in the last bull run, the same thing happened to a lot of other coins. Like so many coins started to drop because a lot of money was getting cycled into Doge. So this is one of those scenarios, okay? Now, what we see from here is the following. So that was cool. Once this thing starts to rip, it's like, wait, the president of the US just launched the meme coin. And the big thing immediately is the following. And this is where I think you can make very low risk, high reward plays. It's one, he launches his meme coin on Solana. So instantly stamp of approval on Solana. Instantly. Which is why we saw it hit all-time highs again, like within the next 12 hours after this launches. So instantly Sol gets, stamp of approval. The president builds on Sol. What else do you need? So cool. Sol now, in my opinion, literally coded to go to 1,000 minimum. Okay, sick. Second thing is we learned that Jupiter actually helped build out the rollout on the Trump coin, and they collaborated with Meteora to do the whole thing. Great. More stamp of approval on Jupiter, and also it just handled so much insane volume. So again, those two, fire. Okay, now what do we see happen? This is where they fucked up. They dropped the Melania coin. Literally the only thing you didn't have to do. All they had to do was just keep it Trump, and it was cool. But they dropped that, and instantly, because here's what happens. Everyone sees Trump coin go. You see the testimonials. People are making insane gains. And so as soon as Melania coin drops, profits are taken. Money gets cycled into Melania coin. And I don't even know where it's at right now, but I know it's moving pretty nicely. So, but the problem is that basically just gave a very bearish, it kind of made a joke out of everything. Even though, I mean, it was our joke. Meme coins were our joke. But it made them the joke for everybody. Like, it totally took away the power, or it just delegitimized what was really happening. And I'm curious to see what happens with other just people of influence, celebrities, etc. I'm curious to see kind of how things go there, because what are the regulations now? Because SEC chair, right, Gary Gensler is out. So how are people going to navigate through this? How are people going to launch moving forward? At this point, I had to double check, but I haven't seen any like as if the team itself sold and Trump taking profits on any of this. But so I have to double check. However, yeah, Melania dropping her coin, it just looked like a grift. It looked more like it was taking away from the ecosystem than legitimizing or giving into the ecosystem. So I think if they would have just left it at Trump and just let things ride, this would be much better. Long term, I mean, it's the president. So this is probably going to keep running. I think it'll drop down. Like, I like to see entries below 27. I think in here we can see a nice pump. Right now we basically just got equal lows again on price action here. So, and you can also look at this at market cap. I think the market cap chart is nice. I think it's just a good indication. So right now we're sitting at like 7.26 billion market cap. This puts it at I wonder where this is at now. Because think about this. In 48 hours, the Trump coin had top 15 coins. 48 hours. So now sitting at like 7.5, it's in the top 7. It's in the top 28 coins. So right above Hyperliquid, Pepe. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, let's see. Let me look at CoinMarketCap. Let's see where they have this priced at. But yeah, it's like a top 25 coin still, even with such an aggressive drop. Yep, there you go. So at number 25 on CoinMarketCap, this is diluted because not all tokens are being distributed. So this is really the number. Everyone was talking about the fully diluted one, which is also something I didn't really like. Everyone was talking about like it's that 60 billion market cap or whatever, and it's like, no, it's not. It's definitely not. It's because all the tokens aren't moving. They're not even available for purchase. So it was definitely getting overinflated. Either way, like, this is historical. Literally the most powerful person on the planet launched a meme coin. And so, you know, like strategic reserves for Bitcoin, for states, for the country. And everyone wanted to hear the sweet sound of crypto or Bitcoin during the inauguration, which didn't happen. And to me, it's not a big deal. I think things are going to be worked on when things are going to get worked on, you know? So either way, I mean, I think this run, considering just all of the narrative that's happened with Trump and Elon and crypto and Bitcoin, and, you know, we're going to have the biggest Bitcoin ownership in the world, blah, 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 blah. I think it's going to push towards Doge. which puts that at a 50 billion at the time at right now, which would be about, you know, over a little over a 7x. So I think this is kind of the metric, because this is obviously the lead meme coin, and then also it just kind of shows what's possible. A coin can launch, and within 48 hours, you can crack the top 15. Yeah, pretty impressive. I mean, also Hyperliquid kind of did this recently too. So it just kind of goes to show that depending on how things are launching, it could happen really fast. And not only that, it was instantly basically put on Binance, put on Coinbase, just got listed on Robinhood. So things can happen pretty quickly, and there's a lot of stamp of approval there. So that being said, guys, yeah, the Melania thing, I think that was definitely fucked up. But either way, like, it's probably just gonna get forgotten, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't see why they should put too much focus on that. In itself, I think it was a bad move. But so, I mean, for the question you guys are probably waiting, I think I already said it. I like $27 or under. I think that's a good price, and then from there, this should move along pretty nicely, in my opinion. I think it'll crack, probably crack 100 within the next quarter. But that's my take here. Let's see, Melania, where's this thing at? 483. Okay. So this is coming back down, honestly, pretty significantly. Basically getting to imbalanced price action where we had seen not too long ago. Volume is definitely dwindled down. Honestly, I wouldn't get distracted in this. I would probably, if you know you're in this whole meme coin niche space world, I would be putting more focus in there, in Trump over Melania. But that's about it. So anyways, guys, I'll leave y'all to it. Price is at 36 right now. Do what you want with that information. Do things responsibly. Have a plan. Don't feel FOMO. And then do what you need to. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Much love, y'all. I'm gonna wrap it up there. Love. You guys had a lot of good engagement, good questions here in the chat, and we'll be back here again for sure next Monday, maybe earlier. We'll see how things go. Maybe I do a pop-up stream. I'll let y'all know. But if you guys want to keep posted with myself, in the description, I think there's a link to my Telegram or Instagram broadcast channel thing. So just go there, and then if I ever do any pop-ups, you'll know. And obviously, if you subscribe and do all that YouTube stuff, then you'll also know notifications and all that good stuff. So, cool. Peace out, guys. Later, Sam. Later, Seth. Later, Roy. Later, Linz. Miguel. Peace out, guys. Luis. Alex. Appreciate y'all for plugging in and for hitting the like and the subscribe button. So, peace out, guys. Take care.